see how it works out. Power Colony. Game 4. I love Power Colonies, and it's a double price Power Colony. It's just such a satisfying thing to see. I know exactly what I want to do if I was playing this game. But we'll see what the players are going to do. So this is a scavenger in the south. And that's about it. I guess like this robot is fine. I don't like the single high that was claimed because you cannot get chased and Andy crushed. Actually, was there much iron in between? I don't think so.
The scavenger definitely crushed 2 iron, but I'm not sure about the robot. And we have 2 players who are not happy with the map, I guess.
No, I think there was no iron where Instant Coins found it, so it's probably okay that he has these 2 separated things. The scavenger is okay, I guess. I don't like that it's found in the crater, but there's not much turf around it. If I was Ontario, I would just rapidly found a power robot straight in the north and hope that people can make enough steel for me. Because there's not much else you can do. Frankly, there's nothing else you can do. This is an interesting map. This is what I wanted to see. I was hoping that not all the maps are going to be friendly. We're going to see something like this. But the farm that I actually identified quickly and that I wanted to go was a power robot in the south with a carbon, with the wind turbines. So you go for a single carbon tile, and you go for 2 wind turbines. This is actually a great spot for wind turbines. Here, that little triangle to the north of Jim Bob.
Did we lose one? I don't know. Did we?
Did we? Well, it says that he's in game. Oh, he's just he's just blanking. Well, I got to do something.
I got nothing.
Well, if you don't found, then
a scientific HQ has been founded.
No, she's an AI.
Yeah, I think he just gave up. Which technically is against the rules. I'm not sure what we think about it. I guess we can accept it because it doesn't. It's not like it says no conceding, but the idea behind that is that you just don't make the game shorter for everyone else. If you do it early, I don't know.
Yeah, me neither. Should I bug Polina about it, since it was like Soul 2? I don't know.
I wouldn't. I don't think we should restart the game soon. Let's figure it out later. I think.
New land is available.
I'm especially against restarting map because of the map seeds we have.
We're not restarting it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
The restart rules are pretty strict about it.
All right. So
what's happening? We've been.
Yeah, that's a shocking game so far. Rahi is going into a bit of power with 1 geotherm.
It's not going to be enough. You want a lot more. And Jim Bob is going to pay a lot of debt for that geo, and understandably so. He doesn't have much debt, so he's not going to make a lot of power money with it right now. But in the long term, it's a good claim. I think I would prefer to take the power money right now, though, except for this freeze kind of justifies. Instant Coins seems to be the one most likely to make cash sometime soon. He's a robot, so he's not going to have any extra costs, just the power. He has only 2 solar panels, which is not that great. I would want him to somehow push to the next HQ and get a couple wind turbines, because Rahi's keeping Actually, Jimbo probably more so than Rahi are. Probably both of them are keeping carbon cheap.
The black market is open for business.
Rahi is moving into more power. You can see that everyone is really trying to get all that power because power is the name of the game right now.
Robotics HQ
Yes.
upgraded.
Yes.
And if everyone moves into power, even if it's not going to be particularly great for any single player, that is also an achievement, that you're not allowing any single player to run away with it.
Yeah, that would certainly be game over. If one player grabs all the power money there is.
Absolutely. So at the moment it's looking like Instant Coin is sitting on a bunch of claims. I think I still want to see Winter Binds even though power is going down. But maybe not. Maybe you want to try to get some water, which is he's actually getting water, but it's very far away. I'm not sure where you spent the last claim. I think you want aluminium. I never looked at where aluminium is, but there's a pretty big pile of it.
Yeah, on the right side there's.
He's moving into single reactor, which is actually fine. I think he may be overcommitted to water. He's also got a claim of the black one, so that's just great. At the same time, all that shipment is going to cost you power, which people seem to be producing quite a lot, and I'm not convinced that they're going to move out, not with these winter binds away from their bases.
And certainly not out of geotherms, because that's not possible.
There's only 2 of them though, so that's not a huge factor, I think.
Yeah, but it's a solid 4 power that's secured for the rest of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Interesting point about core samples, which I haven't really played. I haven't really looked at it a lot. And apparently someone just got Instant Coin's got a core sample. Not sure what he plans to do, but I would imagine he wants to get some silicon.
Yeah, close silicon would be great for.
Yeah, but it's very hard to get close silicon with no sand terrain right next to you. Otherwise, the percentage chances are just way too low. The closest you can get a bunch of silicon, which is way closer than the one in the north, but you still have to ship it. It's probably still work though.
And code sample is still not used till now.
Well, you don't have to use it immediately, but you do have to not sit on your claims. Well, let's give him more time. But it is best to plan what you're going to use your claims for before you actually put them down. Because it doesn't seem like he's saving the money. Someone building Pleasure Dome. Oh, that's the AI.
Rahi is close to HQ5, in fact, he could get it if he sells out of water.
Yeah, there's also, well actually, for Scavenger there's little reason to wait when you have so much carbon. Sometimes it's good to wait with upgrading so that you can get enough money for actually placing your buildings. So we're in an interesting situation. I feel like that his freeze on Jimbo really screwed him over so much. He's still on HQ level 2, and we have HQs 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is not good, looking good for him at all.
No steep production at that point. He had it down earlier and he switched into farms, right?
Yeah. I think he had it. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
And farmers are good.
Yeah, but you need steel.
You're at this point. If I was Jimbo, I would basically be hoping that Rahi and Insect Coins are going to mess up in some way. Because you need a lot of time to catch up. Meanwhile, if they keep doing meaningful things, then you don't really stand a chance. Rahi's moving into a patent lab, trying to get teleportation.
Yeah, but he will be second one to. He will not get it because Insert Count is already a good way there. And Rahi switched his patents.
I believe Rahi is a she, from what I've heard.
Okay.
Just so we can keep track of that. Teleportation would have been sweet for her.
Yes, especially with silicon all the way up in the north.
This is insane. The water is going to cost a ton because you're shipping so much of it. The 2 tiles that used to be power and are going back into power, I think. Yeah, but still, if we're going to keep transitioning, then that would be so good. Whereas Insect Coins also benefits a lot because that's an insane amount of water he's shipping. I feel like 3 water claims for a robot is overcommitment. Most of the time. Even with teleportation.
Yes.
I guess with the AI, life is going to be made difficult with the way AI is going to be producing life support. So maybe it's justified this game, but I'm not convinced yet. I think you don't need to move into them quite this early. Because having a huge stockpile is not necessarily always a great thing. It has almost 500 water and it's going down in price.
Oh, Thinking Machine auction. How much is it worth at that point?
I don't know, the
offers are not good.
Yeah.
No.
If I was Jim Bob, I would really want to get it just because of how his territory is lined up. Like, it's worth getting just for your basic buildings.
Congratulations, center is ready.
I don't know if you want to take a bunch of debt when you're so far behind in the first place. Now, Insect Coins needs to... I feel like he needs to
The patent lab is ready to begin
start
research.
moving into more north buildings. Well, Rocket
Yeah,
has
and
an
someone
appreciation.
someone needs to start producing camps.
Oh yes, yeah, cams will become exceptional. They're very good. Well, fuel is a bit high. Not producing fuel, I think, is a mistake. Definitely. And moving out of it, I'm not sure you should have even moved out of it. As opposed to, let's say, electronics, which are making 20 bucks per second because of how expensive silicon is and how expensive aluminium is. I would much rather he stayed in full life support, especially since he has so much water he can afford it. And start moving into cams. Unfortunately, he's defending himself. Well, I guess you kind of need to defend yourself.
The black market is open
Because
for
both
business.
Froggy and Jim Bob are sitting in a crazy cash pile. Except Jim Bob is unlikely to actually use this cash pile. And Rocky's going to attack Jim Bob, which is basically guaranteeing that Jim Bob is not going to catch up ever because he has to commit so much cash to just defending himself at this point. Also, I don't think I'm a fan
Yes.
of... Sorry. Go ahead.
But do you like the attack? I mean, yeah. Now she sells out and basically nothing happened. But
Yeah,
she never had a chance to get
Yeah, but she forced
the
him
buyout,
to
right?
spend like 30,000 on defending himself, which puts him even farther away from his upgrade that he wants, that he needs so much.
Yes, sure.
Also, I don't think I'm a fan of the Paper Lab for Jim Bob.
Black market is online.
I feel like you have to rush upgrades in a situation like this. You can't really afford to spend so much money on such expensive chemicals. You cannot produce because you don't have enough claims.
Sold.
And well, the AI is going to get a hacker array. It already has a hacker array. Yeah, I'm just going to use another one. It seems something. No, the AI has a hacker array in a place that, where a pleasure dome should be, and it's going to build a pleasure dome in a place where a hacker array should be. Good job. So at the moment it's looking like both Inset Coins and Rocky are in a fairly similar situation. I think they both have equal territory, approximately. Rocky has a slightly easier time with that, it seems. No, it's actually like only so slightly easier.
And she has
Oh,
good optimizations and an off-world
yeah, okay, now
in the making.
I feel like she's definitely starting to pull ahead. I don't know if a single pleasure dome is enough of an advanced building commitment by Inset Coins. He is moving to an optimization center, which is good.
Yeah, on the other hand, chems are fairly expensive, and it just transfers money to Rahi.
I guess so. Unfortunately for him, it's so expensive to put down an off-world. Thankfully for him, off-worlds are just okay at this point. Unfortunately for him, he's also being bought out. And fortunately for him, he can start trying to make a run on Rahi. Who has thinking machines? He happens to have thinking machines, so... I don't know, it's hard to judge for me as to who could become the winner of this fight. Interestingly, the AI is dying to death, and the AI has an option. So, if I was Jim Bob, I would save all my cash and try to basically get a shift buy on the AI while no one is looking. And I think that could be just the thing that can bring him back into this game.
Yeah, he's over halfway there.
Yeah, and unfortunately, as the offer is going to start shipping, I think the AI is going to start paying off the debt, though. So maybe you can't really hope to get a shift buy. It's a difficult question. But again, yeah, it looks like the AI is paying off debt, but the off-world sands are really not that great, so maybe it wouldn't matter too much, and the next debt tick is still going to destroy its stock price. It should go below 10, I think.
Meanwhile, second off-world for Rahi?
Yeah, as a scavenger you can afford it, I guess. I think if I was Inset Coin, I would definitely be trying to win this without off-worlds, because for him it's just way too expensive. That being said, if you don't have off-worlds, what do you have? Just the Pleasure Dome? It's a good building, but it's not making it quite enough. So I guess he is moving into an off-world market. It's going to take forever to pay off. I don't agree with this. I hate to say this, like, it sounds like a broken, what do we call it? Broken radio, but if no advanced buildings, if there are no advanced buildings that can give you an edge over your opponents, and off-worlds are too expensive, well, why don't you try hacking? Because he's making the electronics, which did rise in price quite a bit, when we last looked at them, they were barely profitable. Now they're making over 100, and no one's making them, so that's a possible hack.
Yep.
No one's really making.
Optimization
Well, the
routines
AI is making
successful.
the extra money, I think.
Off-world market is a
So
seven.
that's possibility.
Our fortune awaits.
Iron is maybe a possibility. Well, no, it's actually a bit risky to do something like that. Apparently the AI didn't really drop under 10. Fortunately, Jim Bob is in a ton of debt himself.
To the highest
That's
bidder.
going to be a problem for him. Even if he gets that buy on the AI. He, by the way, absolutely needs to. He shouldn't be protecting himself, I think. Because those two are not really in a position to try to fight him at the moment. Because if they try to, they're just risking losing the battle between themselves.
Yeah, I think his plan is to buy his stock completely and then start paying off debt, but don't know where that leads to.
I just want to get a buy on the AI.
Yeah.
Rahi correctly identified that the AI is probably independently of what he's not going to bother with it. So that's a good source of money. Unlike, say, trying to steal instant coins as off-worlds which are protected by thinking machines. And I really have a problem with people leaving games like this because the AI is unfortunately hacking, and I believe it's been hacking Steel this whole game.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
part of the problem of why Instant Coins is in such a difficult position with building off-worlds. Because Jim Bob has been on and off with steel mills, but he has been trying, and the AI definitely had steel mills up, but the AI was also creating the shortage problems.
Continue to improve.
If I was right, I would. No, the AI has almost doubled its stock price by repaying a ton of debt. And apparently the AI is the one who has bought a lot of Cook the Books, because they have 200k debt and they're in AAA. So that's I don't think I've ever seen
Yeah.
something like that.
No, definitely not. Okay, Jim Bob has an off-world
Yeah, but that's really
in
not
the
good.
making. Yeah, no.
Offworlds are still making pots. Apparently Rahi can buy out Jim Bob,
Successful off-world shipment.
which is a better buy
Make
than
room for the
the
profits.
AI, because this well than the AI is, I should say, right now. I would seriously consider trying that, because that would boost your stock price quite a bit, and I don't know if Instant Coin has enough.
Yeah, but she could also buy out Insert Coin, right? She's at 440, needs 420. That's enough.
Yeah, she's very close. Probably cancelling the oxygen launch will do it. I guess you're not really in a dangerous situation.
No, not at all.
But at the same time, his stock price is slowly but surely creeping up. So it's like he's actually becoming more and more expensive. Now he bought the last stock. So it was probably best to take it when it was possible. But I don't really see how Jim Bob can fight here. I think he missed his chance to try to buy into the Ontario AI. I guess he couldn't really afford the full shift buy, but he could have bought it stock by stock, and that would have made it easier before the AI repays the debt.
Yeah, and his founding location obviously didn't help, but I don't know if there was any good spots left at that point.
I think that you were forced to play a power rope in the north with not make steel. I don't think there was any. Well, I guess you could have tried some sort of stupid play with the 2 medium carbon tiles in different spots of the map. Something silly like that. And actually looking at it, there are still two very high, still 2 high iron tiles that you could claim for a robot, which is not great, but it's okay. You can definitely try to make something work. Because while Raki's found is really good, I don't think it's that amazing because you have to ship a lot. It definitely has some downsides. Very strong, and if you have someone in that spot, it's possible to just say, well, that's the lead, let's all attack them.
Launch affirmative.
Right. Meanwhile, Jim Bob is trying to go for the buy on the AI, and Rahi is going for Jim Bob. Yeah.
Raki should just should have just sold out of stock.
Yes.
That's
After all, time matters, right? For tiebreakers.
Yeah, time still matters. Less than before, but still does matter. Actually, don't remember.
I mean, to be fair, she's after this game 4-0 and locked her spot for the final, right?
Yeah.
But still, it would be the cleaner approach to sell out.
Can anyone even catch up? There are a bunch of players who have 2 points coming into this round. Let's take a look at what we have. We apparently are the first group to finish, which is a bit surprising because this was a fairly long game. Soul 10, 15, 30. Yeah, just I feel like it was a bit too sabotaged by the AI, unfortunately.
Yeah, yes, it didn't help the game. But on the other hand, Rahi played very well.
Yeah, absolutely. Just good, like timely power transitions, good productions, pretty good.
Good optimizations. They were very good. And I like the play with the patent lab. She got it down, got her 2 patents, maybe got beaten 2-1, and then said, alright, I have enough of this. I potentially didn't even have the chance to get another one in, cashed in, used the tile for some production.
Yep, it's always a good thing to know when to stop going for patents.